Hello, and welcome to the 2026 Micron Day esports competition. We're very excited that we can make esports a part of this year's Micron Day event. Hope you guys enjoy what you see. And with that, I will turn it over to Joey.
Awesome. Thanks, AJ. Welcome here, those of you here in person, as well as those of you that are online. We want to make sure to provide a demonstration today of what esports looks like, both here but also at Boise State, because we will be competing against our friends at Boise State University and their esports program. We have a premier program here for esports, a very highly competitive Rocket League team in particular, and so does Boise State. These are actually two of the, I'll say, top 20 schools in the country when it comes to Rocket League. So excited to show a demonstration of what esports looks like, but also to give that chance to just have fun with a school that we play against all the time, compete with all the time, in some fun competition with a game called Rocket League, which is really just 3-on-3 soccer with cars. Today, it will be 2-on-2 soccer with cars. So we have two of our varsity players up here at the front that are competing against the Boise State players. When we say varsity, we mean it. This is taken very seriously here at Syracuse as well as Boise State with recruiting around the country, with scholarship opportunities, with coaching, with travel. We compete for national championships just like we would in basketball or football or lacrosse. We do the same thing with esports. And so really cool that we're able to show off what this looks like in a really fun way. We'll do one Rocket League match, and then we're going to have some really cool interviews with our friends from Micron. And then after that, we're going to put those friends from Micron on the sticks and let them play some Mario Kart against some Micron employees from Boise State in the Boise area. So again, this is all about collaboration, cooperation, and having a little bit of that competition that comes with what esports actually is. Also, make sure that you stick around for the town hall that'll be going on later tonight. We'll give more information about that as we get kind of closer to that 6 o'clock hour to talk about what that town hall will look like. AJ will talk about that intro, what that looks like as well. So this is all about having a lot of fun. This is about just being part of what competition looks like and enjoying what we can do out of this beautiful space that we have just invested in here at Syracuse University that really shows what is possible through that lens of esports and video games for all of our students, all of the community, and to set a standard for what esports can look like around the country. And with that, I'm going to let our casters take it away and throw it to them to kick us off.
Thank you, Joey. We're finally here. It's Micron Day. What a treat. I'm Rowan Mastrangelo alongside my good friend Jack Elliott, and we can't wait for some good games today from both Syracuse and Boise State, but of course the Micron staff. I mean, that's just going to be an absolute ball, Jack.
Yeah, it's great to be here with you, Rowan. Great to be here in the auditorium from the Marley Education Center. And yeah, you said it. That's the thing I'm most excited for. Of course, I'm excited to see our guys play some Rocket League down there, Tiz and Lesser, from left to right, respectively. But come on, how could you not be excited to get the Micron employees on the sticks?
A lot of good in store today. Of course, a big thanks to Micron for being here today, their collaboration with the city of Syracuse, but also Boise State for being here, a bit of a sister city. A lot of good fun in store today. In terms of Rocket League, Jack, what can we expect?
I mean, these are two of the premier teams in the country. As Joey said, both of these teams competed in the PEC Championships. That's the Power Esports Conference for those of you who are uninitiated with our lingo around here. The Power Esports Conference, that's, Syracuse helped found that conference. They competed in Vegas last weekend, I believe, that's if my math is right in my head, or a couple weekends ago. And, yeah, I mean, these are two of the best programs in the country, and I'm excited to see them go off in a little bit of an unfamiliar format, 2v2s.
Syracuse in that PEC championship took home the third place in Rocket League, Boise State second. So two top competitors in one of the most upper echelon conferences in all of collegiate esports, and the best of the best joining us here today. Jack, moving to Mario Kart, what can we expect there? It's a little bit more of a frenzy.
I mean, yeah, if you've played Mario Kart, which many people have, it's been a popular game. Mario Kart 8 is the one that most people know, and of course, Mario Kart World just released. Not quite sure which one we'll be playing yet, but they have their own perks. But yeah, I mean, it's a pretty traditional racing game until you add in the fact that there are items such as shells that you can use to knock your opponents all over the map, banana peels that you can throw at your opponents to slip on, and even little personified bombs that you can toss around the track.
It's a good time. It's a scary time. Mario Kart, I mean, I don't know if you folks at home have ever played it. I've played it. It's supposed to be a game where in casual settings you just kind of throw it on, and it is anything but that. Blood boiling, skin curling rage. Terrible. So I'm excited to see how the Micron employees handle it.
Yeah, I was going to say, you say throwing on, but the only throwing I've ever really done in Mario Kart is my remote through the television. So.
It's unfortunate. Rocket League, little more digestible. Should be a good time, and we've got real professionals behind it. Lesser and Tiz headlining the Orange. What can you tell me about them? I mean, obviously, really studded talents for the Orange.
Yeah, so the one who's taken a back seat today is Gababy. That's the team captain of the Rocket League team. And you've got Lesser and Tiz on the sticks today as we start our flyover of the beautiful Champions Arena in Rocket League. And Lesser, he's a maverick. That's the word that's been used to describe him all year. If he gets the ball in the air, and you'll see, these cars can fly, by the way. So if he gets the ball up in the air, he can dribble it through the air. He can shoot in the air. Tiz, he's a glue guy. He plays all over the field. He's a great defender. But, yeah, this team has grown so much throughout this year. It's going to be fun to see what they can do today.
Syracuse having their eyes set forward on the CECC, the Collegiate Esports Commissioners Cup, taking place in early May. And we'll be right there with the boys in orange in just a few days out in Waco, Texas. But right now we're here in the Marley Auditorium for Syracuse and Boise State. Lesser taking it up the side. Obviously, just like soccer, you're trying to get this ball in the net, but the car is flying in the air. You see that counter on the right side. That's how much boost you have, and all those little yellow pads will give you a certain amount. But Woozy wasting no time getting things started for the Broncos, going off the glass for goal number 1.
Yeah, so we got Woozy and Preston for Boise State, two of their premier players. Durtho, the one who's taking a backseat today for them. But, you can already see it, the dribbling through the air that you can do with the boost that you have. It's so impressive.
1-0, just 13 seconds in, and the Broncos already with a 1-goal lead. Again, Boise State finished second in the PEC Championships, and they'll be trying their shot in Waco. But Lesser evening things up nearly as quick as Boise State set the tone.
Yeah, I mean, it was a good the thing about 2v2s, it's going to be a bit more open. There's going to be less defense played and a lot more offense. We're definitely going to see some goals today. Already 1-1, 20 seconds in.
Boise State just 1 goal shy of the most goals scored across all teams in the PEC. So an offensive powerhouse here. Syracuse going to have to really strap in to handle that, especially, like you said, in this more open 2v2 format. A bump in the air, and there's another one on net. Less than a minute in, already 3 goals on the table.
And you can see if one thing goes wrong, you get bumped out of the way one time, like Lesser did there. It's a disaster defensively, and that's exactly what just went down.
Preston normally doing the facilitating for Boise State. He leads the Broncos in assists this season, but they are doing a bit of goal scoring. 4:24 to play. Boise State with a 2-1 lead early on. Still a lot of Rocket League left to play. Preston flicks it towards net, but Tiz just squeezes it out. Now takes to the skies, gets it past one. Woozy last line of defense, and he makes the play. Lesser there to maintain orange offense. Woozy pushes it upfield a little bit and beats Lesser. Now it's Tiz and him in the corner. Tiz with a full tank, able to make something happen and push the orange back into attack mode. Gets it over 1, but Preston's there to shut it down.
And kind of settling into the game now, kind of getting a feel for the way the 2v2s are supposed to be played and the way that you have to play defense on 2v2s, which is, kind of on the edge of your seat the whole time. That's what we're seeing now from these two teams.
Tiz up the sidewall. Lesser center position. Gets it past Preston. Woozy, right place, right time. No boost, but he still makes the play. Tiz now 0 boost. You see that little circle to the left of the player tag just there with Tiz. Now Lesser in middle field. That's how much boost the player has. And boost obviously integral for speeding up the pace of play and getting your guard to fly through the skies just like that. Tiz nailing the upper left corner to notch this game even, 2-2.
And you see how he gets what's known as a flip reset. When you get all 4 wheels on the bottom onto the ball, you can get another jump, and he used it with precision there.
These guys truly the best of the best in terms of collegiate play and international play. We're seeing it right here. An even ball game with 3:20 to go between Syracuse and Boise State. If you're just joining us, welcome to Micron Day. 2 of the best teams in the Power Esports Conference going at it. What more can you ask for? Woozy pinching up top. Preston meets him upstairs. And this ball drifting towards the neutral zone. Lesser retains, tries to get it past Woozy, but his defense A1. The orange will reset.
Yeah, here comes Tiz. Tiz up through the air. Flicking past Preston. Now he's got a shot on net. Can he get the dunk? No, he cannot.
Lesser flying high. Here's Preston. Woozy, feeds to Preston. Tiz able to stop it. A great read on the defensive end.
That's absolutely fantastic. And Tiz showing what he does best, that defensive powerhouse. And here's Lesser, showing what he does best. just couldn't quite sneak it past.
Tiz now bouncing ball to Lesser. No, Preston will shoot it to the corner. Both players fairly low on boost, so it's an opportunity to restock on that hot commodity here in Rocket League as we just eclipsed the halfway point here in the first and last game. I believe one game set to be played today. Preston makes a big stop. As time dwindles down, that next goal becomes more and more weighty, Jack.
And both of these teams are now really sitting back a little bit more. Syracuse had some good offensive pressure, but one mistake like that, and all of a sudden it's another chance for the Broncos.
Lesser moves it upfield. Him and Preston dueling on the sidewall, but Preston will retaliate back to the goal mouth. And now here's Tiz trying to keep pressure away from the SU net. A shot on net, a save by Tiz.
Absolutely fantastic stuff from Tiz. He's been in the right space all game, and he's been leaving Lesser to do a lot of the offensive advancement.
To the corner, now Tiz flying high, a full tank of boost. Pops it over one, looking for the double tap, and he dunks it over the head of Preston. Tiz with a big go-ahead goal with 1:33 to play.
Lots can happen in 1:33. We saw 2 goals in just 20 seconds earlier. That's a momentum shifter for the Orange.
Orange lead 3-2, just above 90 seconds to go here on Micron Day. Boise State retains the face-off, but not a ton of boost to work with. Woozy will take it, and Preston will look to replenish his tank. Tiz gets in the way, and now Lesser off the sidewall, traversing through the neutral zone. Has Preston to beat, and he can't.
That was a great play from Preston. When you get Lesser in a situation like that, it almost feels like a surefire shot on net, but Preston got in the way at the right time.
Such a threat on the offensive end, has a lot of unassisted goals this year, so not super reliant on his teammates to create situations for him, but more so making them for himself. 1 minute to go here on Micron Day. 3-2 Syracuse lead. The Boise State Broncos hunting for that game-tying goal. Here's Preston. Tiz now with no boost stalls. Preston uses a little bit of boost there. Now the Orange really going to try to keep that ball in the Broncos' end.
Yeah, the longer you can keep it in their end, sure, it's offense, but it's also a form of defense. You keep them from getting boost. You keep them from switching it into your end. Because when there's only 2 people per team, as Tiz gets in the way of a shot right there, when there's only 2 people per team, it's so much easier to turn defense into offense.
Tiz flying high. Woozy gets in the way. Here's Lesser and Preston on a fast break, and he makes the stop. 22 seconds to go. Syracuse up 1. Woozy and Tiz, the 50-50, goes by way of Boise State. Here's Preston in the corner, looking to set up his man Woozy. A shot on net, just wide! Woozy follows up, but Lesser's there to stop it. The Orange now moving on the offensive end. A crucial stop from Syracuse keeps this game within Orange control. Woozy with one last opportunity. Until the ball hits the floor, this game is alive, and Lesser grounds it for Syracuse. A real barn burner goes by way of the Cuse. Syracuse takes down Boise State 3-2.
Absolutely fantastic performance from the Orange, and what fun. We saw goals, we saw great defensive plays, then thank goodness, because that was just a showing of what Rocket League can be.
That's what you want. You want a close game like that, and both these teams are just, they've got so much to show. It's why they've did so well in the PEC Championship, and it's why they're going the distance, or why they're planning to go the distance, in CECCs in just over a week. Both these teams high caliber, and that was on display. But let's take a quick look at how it all went down. It was a real entertaining one, and action started early, but it wasn't the Orange who struck first. Man, it was Boise State and Woozy going off the glass, getting it right past Tiz. A beautiful mechanical play.
Got that slow-mo replay technology as we see there. Oh, Lesser just sneaking it in to even things back up. But, I mean, things were in control for Boise State, up 2-1 after just 30 seconds.
Right, this one looked scary. The Broncos got off to a real hot start, but this is where the tide started to change, turning defense to offense. Tiz with a big save and then doing the most on the offensive end, getting it right past the Broncos defense. Now we're even, and this is how the game stayed for a long time until that. A monster dunk from Tiz and a near goal from Woozy. Boy, that one was real close. But aside from that, the Orange were able to hold on. A real close matchup for Syracuse. Just edged out the Broncos 3-2.
I mean, what more can you say? Tiz played absolutely fantastic. I love Lesser, one of my close personal friends, but Tiz was my player of the match today.
Yeah, Tiz did
2
a
goals.
lot. Excuse me.
2 goals and a save.
Can't stop him. Really solid. I mean, one of the most all-around players on the Syracuse squad. Every team's got their beneficiaries and the players that specialize in each skill, and that's great. But it's always good to have somebody who can really do it all, and that's Tiz, and we saw it today.
We got some. Of course, we have our interview coming up in a little bit. But after that, we've got Mario Kart, Rowan.
Right, that'll be really exciting. You thought this was fast-paced and overstimulating. Buckle up. Mario Kart is that and more. A lot of flying colors on the screen.
Yeah, there's always something going on. Somebody's got a bullet bill way in the back, or you see, somebody's picked up a star and they're zooming through the competition, or up at the front there's a red shell that somebody's trying to block, or even a blue shell that targets the first place players, and you're just, whoa, everything's going on at once.
It's a high-stakes matchup, and it should be coming up in just a few moments. We've got a sideline interview to look forward to in the meantime. But in terms of CECC looking forward, what can you expect from Syracuse and Boise State?
I mean, these are two of the top teams in the country. So I would expect pretty high finishes for both of them. They're definitely aiming high, especially in the Rocket League department.
Syracuse takes down Boise State 3-2 here on Micron Day. Now Carson Cass standing by with social impact and community engagement lead, Dr. Kim Burnett, and Mike Gatman, staff program manager for Micron. Carson.
Welcome to our lovely live studio here in the Marley Auditorium. I'm Carson Cass. I'm joined with Dr. Kim Burnett and Mike Gutman of Micron. And guys, I have to wonder, what opportunities does Micron present in Central New York that give what opportunities do they give to Central New York students and families as well as Syracuse University students?
Okay, I'll start. I think with us coming to Central New York, we have so many opportunities, particularly in the future, right? But right now, our job is to ensure that the students are well prepared for those jobs that are coming. So, for example, we have what are called Micron signature programs. We have chip camps that will be in the region this year, programs for middle schoolers where they can start and engage in STEM activities throughout the summer. They are free programs that we have in City BOCES, Cayuga BOCES, OCM BOCES, at OCC College, Lemoyne College, TC3. And so we moved from 3 chip camps to 7 chip camps because we know of the opportunities and the possibilities that are available to students. And so we are starting with very young learners and middle and high schoolers. And so we're super excited about their future and what they bring to the industry.
Yeah, so first I want to say thank you for being on campus here. It's amazing seeing the esports and everybody and all the excitement here. I think it just really goes to answering that question right there, right? What is Micron going to bring to this region and the students? As Kim said, the biggest thing I tell everybody is opportunities, right? We're talking thousands of high-paying jobs, right? Particularly here for the SU students, engineers. Need lots and lots of engineers. For OCC and our community colleges, that's where we get to our technician pathways. But again, there's a multitude of different roles outside of just technician and engineer, ranging from HR professionals, accountants, procurement, those kind of things that also be needed. So it's going to be a large influx of high-paying jobs to the region, and hopefully we'll start seeing that uplift this community.
Yeah, and personally for you guys, what are you most excited about working with Syracuse University students specifically?
For me, as an SU alum, I'm excited to bring these opportunities back home. I'm excited to see other Syracuse students engage in learning and growing with Micron. I'm excited, as Mike said, to bring opportunities that were not here prior to Micron's announcement. And so I'm excited that I get a chance to bring a company like Micron to my alma mater. So I'm very happy that we are here in Syracuse, New York.
Yeah, and I'll add a little bit too. Like, as someone who is not a native New Yorker, who's going to soon be a native New Yorker here, very soon here. Obviously, what's exciting to me is coming to this region, seeing the level of excitement from the students, and obviously, look what we're doing here today with Micron Day. Right? I can't say enough about how exciting it is to be a part of this and to all share in this wonderful thing that's called Micron.
Yeah, and then I guess I have more of a question centered for Mike. How does esports rather fit into as broad of a topic and broad of a company that is Micron?
Yeah, I mean, so let's just boil down to esports is fueled by Micron, right? When we are looking at video games, and we're talking about NVIDIA and your 5090 game GPUs, right? What's driving that? GDR5, GDR6 inside those GPUs, right? So again, huge, right? Even break it down even more, look at our SSDs and all the components inside of that, right? For a lot of us who, myself as a gamer at heart, we all know a company called Crucial, right? Obviously we made ballistics DRAM. It was like top tier gaming DRAM. So again, I would just say that Micron is a huge part of esports because we are innovating the products that are inside all of our gaming computers and all side of our consoles.
Thank you very much, Dr. Kim Burnett and Mike Gutman. Those were our two guests for today for our studio shows. So we're going to throw it, I believe, back to the casters or Joey. Not quite sure which yet, but thank you very much for going through. It's going to be Jack and Rowan you'll talk to, and they'll talk over some Mario Kart. Jack and Gungeon, excuse me. And you'll talk over some Mario Kart.
Hey, thank you so much, Carson. That was absolutely fantastic. I'm Jack Elliott here with Gungeon Silwall, and we have some Mario Kart coming up.
I am super excited, Jack. It's going to be really fun. It's really amazing, especially after, a little bit serious with Rocket League and now with Mario Kart. We got some serious analysis for some fun gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, me and Rowan were talking a little bit about Mario Kart before this. It's high-paced. It's characters you'll recognize. Everybody from all generations should recognize the likes of Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, those. And there are also, some newer characters. You've got, like, the Shy Guys, the things like that.
Yep.
And Yoshi will be in there for sure. We'll have to see, though, because you can pick whatever characters you want. And our Micron employees, who will be playing against the Boise State employees, will all get to choose the characters of their own.
No, I'm excited, and especially with Mario Kart. It's one of those games where, it's definitely really fun, but there are some nuances to it. So I'm excited to kind of break some of that down because some of the big things I want to point out, Jack, lightweight karts are better. Swoop Robo Hog is the #1 kart combo for Mario Kart. Did a little bit of research, had to make sure that I was kind of prepped for this. So, there might be some Micron employees that are really here for the competition, really want to win that first prize.
And if they're listening to you right now and they got that down and they got that cart combo down, then they'll give themselves an advantage in this one. But the way it works is it's a normal racing game. Mm-hmm. You're racing along with your karts. Each kart is like a little bit different.
Yep.
You can choose your wheels, you can choose your kart body, and you can choose your glider, and that will change different aspects of your kart, make it go faster, slower, accelerate better, have more weight. But then beyond that, you've got items. So you're going to see they're going to drive through these question mark blocks on the racetrack, and that will give them one of a various amount of items. Some items are better than others, and you're also more likely to get better items the further back you are.
Exactly.
So
and for Mario Kart, it's one of those, it's actually a strategy called bagging. That's what the Mario Kart players like to call it. It's basically the idea that the further back you are, the better items you get. The further ahead you are, the worse items you get. So it's one of those situations where it gives you a comeback mechanic. So regardless of what your skill level is, there's always a chance. And that's the best thing about Mario Kart. It's one of those games where regardless of where you kind of lie in terms of your skill level, no one's out of the race until it ends.
Yeah, so if you fall behind, and this is a message to the Micron employees who are playing today, if you fall behind and you're way in the back, you're in 12th, or depending on whether this is Mario Kart 8 or Mario Kart World 12th or 24th even, there's always a chance. You can always make your way back.
Always a chance. The big items to kind of talk about especially are going to be the shock item. The shock item, it's going to be a lightning bolt. It basically just shrinks everyone in front of you. So if you're back in 12th place, you're back in 24th place. It's one of those situations where you shock everybody, able to kind of run in for the lead, as well as the bullet bill. And that's a classic item. Everyone's seen it. If you've ever played Mario, those bullet bills, you equip it for 7 seconds, you're going to be racing past all of your opponents. So big items to kind of look out for and, just have a little bit of fun. But again, like what you mentioned, for the Micron employees, for everyone that's kind of playing on stage, never give up. You got to race through those 3 laps.
And some of my favorite items, which are kind of towards when you're in the middle or the front,
Yep.
Obviously you've got the green shells. Those you have to aim. They will fly straight out of the front of your cart when you blast them forward. You can also use them for defense. You can put them behind your cart. So if somebody's got a red shell on you and you get a green shell, you can put it behind you. It'll block the red shell. Speaking of red shells, that's another one of my favorite items. That'll lock onto the opponent in front of you, and it'll go and it'll make them hit their stop animation. It'll kind of throw them up in the air, and it'll slow them down. They'll have to reaccelerate to where they were before. But it'll be interesting to see how much these players, whether they're really advanced skill level or whether they're kind of beginners to the game, and also how much they use the drift mechanic.
Yeah, and for sure, it's one of those situations where there may be some sharks out there in the pool right now waiting. There's a lot of people that love Mario Kart, so it's one of those games where you never know who's kind of proficient at it. who's able to take those shortcuts, and you talked about it with Mario Kart World on the Switch. There's a lot of mechanics when it comes to rail grinding, being able to go on walls, fly, as well as in the water section. So I'm interested to see kind of what we end up seeing. I think one of the big things is going to be, obviously, you talked about red shells, green shells, the blue shell as well, which targets the first player. So again, one of those situations where if you're not in first, you can't avoid it. There's some items that can disable it as well. But interested to see kind of what these players want to do in terms of being able to get far ahead and see if you can keep that lead or maybe fall behind a little bit and use those items to kind of bring you back in the game.
It's a game that is completely it's always going to surprise you. There's never going to be anything that's consistent. We're into it now. You see the Boise State players already up in first, and our Syracuse players in 5th and 6th. So that mushroom, which Wario is holding on to right now, is going to give you a temporary speed boost when you use it. So if you hit it while you're going around a corner, if you hit it after you've been hurt, it's going to make you go a little bit faster. We got Luigi up in 4th right now, and it looks like we've got Peter Griffin ahead of him. So that's really interesting. Peter Griffin from the hit show Family Guy. And as a reminder, you can use Mii's in this one, so you can use any type of pre-created Mii that you want. So Peter Griffin, clearly one of the choices. Is there we see the dash come into play, but oh no, Luigi falls off.
Oh no!
It looks like there goes Wario as well.
Yeah, and the big thing, Jack, is going to be you basically want to maintain yourself on the track and kind of hug the corners as much as you can. Anytime that you get off of the track itself, you'll slow down like a decent to a substantial amount. So just kind of staying on track, making sure that you're using your items is going to be really big about just kind of making sure that you kind of get those tricks in there, try to speed up as much as you can. And right now, the Warrior does have the mushroom as well as the triple mushroom, so they can gain a lot of speed if they end up using it. I believe it's going to be the L button, or you can bind it, but shock goes out there.
Yeah, the L1 button, or excuse me, the left bumper button is usually going to be the one. And another fun fact, when you go over a little hump like that, or a little ramp, you can actually hit a button which will, if you shake your controller, it'll give you a temporary speed boost.
Yeah,
so
I believe they're called...
Fact. Oh, here goes the Bullet Bill.
Ooh,
here comes the Bullet Bill going all the way around. Oh, now we're speeding by.
One of the big changes they actually made, Jack, was that in Mario Kart World, you actually have more control of the Bullet Bill. So it's going to be interesting to see kind of how they end up utilizing it as well. Again, one of those things where right now it's just about kind of utilizing your items that you have available to you. And right now the Wario is in 6th place, but they have double items, so they should be able to kind of get everything catch up a little bit. They just got to use the item.
Oh, here comes the Bullet Bill yet again. Oh, Luigi is speeding ahead with that Bullet Bill. Wario has not opted to use either of his items yet. He's got some good ones in there. Yeah. He's got a star and a Bullet Bill. The star makes you completely impervious for a brief while. So that's one of the best items in the game as well, and it may also gives you a little bit of a speed boost.
Speed boost, a little bit impervious. Also, one of the things that we're seeing is that both these players are collecting the coins. The coins give you a little bit of a overall speed increase, so a player with 20 coins will go 5% faster than a player with 0 coins. So it doesn't mean much in the initial, but in the long term, it can kind of help you out with the race.
Here comes the Bullet Bill again from Wario, looking to make their way back into the game, and that will do it. They cross the finish line, and it seems that our two players, they've finished in 5th and 6th, a valiant effort from the two Syracuse players.
Yeah, valiant for sure, and one of those things where they may not have played it before, but now get a couple items usage, we can get up to 3rd and 4th, maybe contest for 1 and 2.
Right, absolutely. And we are going to get a second map here. We're going to get to see another race between these two guys. Very excited for that. That'll come in just a moment. See if they can overtake any of their Boise State counterparts.
I'll give it to them. I think they got it. I think we had the Bullet Bill. We had the star. If we just utilize those two items, I think we can get to 3rd and 4th, take down some of those Micron employees sitting over there in Boise.
And it's funny, the traditional races, they have 12 players in them. These ones just have 6, so you're going to get those high-end items only in 6th place, which can give you a big advantage.
Yeah, for sure. And we saw the shock come out there. We saw multiple Bullet Bills as well, so being able to catch up. But we're going to get right into the race, Jack. I believe this is – I'm not sure what this map exactly is because they've changed the names a good amount. But, again, Luigi as well as the Wario. Again, not the best top-tier characters, but it's about picking your favorites.
Now, remind me, are there characters that they are heavier or lighter?
Yes. So in Mario Kart, there's a hidden stat called the coin stat, which basically means that the lighter your character is, the more accelerated you are by coins. So one of those things where you want to have a lighter character so that each coin kind of boosts you up more and more and more. And the heavier characters don't really have that advantage. So lighter is better, so you want to go for Toadette, Toad, any of the lighter baby characters as well work really well.
Interesting. That's good to know. We got Wario parachuting in. Still has one more of those mushrooms. Oh, and the bullet bill, too. See when he opts to use that one, heading off. the
Perfect bullet
racetrack.
bill
Oh,
usage.
Absolutely fantastic. Looking to
That's
make a
one of those
comeback.
things, Jack, where we talk about where with bullet bills, you want to go into the outside, go basically off the track and utilize the bullet bill because you end up getting the shortcut. So the Wario's down third.
Yeah, absolutely impressive stuff from Wario. Oh, but some absolutely fantastic usage of the boomerang there. Knocks Wario back into fourth. Luigi still sitting down in sixth. But, ooh, triple green shell up there. Oh, and manages to get a knock with it. And avoids the red shell coming backwards. So.
We have the bullet bill as well from the Luigi, so they should be able to catch up, get an item as well in this. So we'll see if they can maybe catch up. They're holding third and fourth, Jack, and we only have one more lap left. So interesting to see if maybe these two Micron employees can hold on as lap 3 starts now.
Yeah, they're in fifth and sixth right now, but it's very close. It's a lot closer than last one for sure. Could see an opportunity. Oh, and the triple mushroom comes out. Oh, and a banana hit just in front of Wario.
Fourth place.
Up into fourth now.
We haven't even seen the Kamek. I feel like the Kamek, whoever's playing Kamek right now, they're just sweating too much right now. We just gotta have a little bit more fun, you know? Use the items. That's what it's all about. Racing that far ahead is just not even fun. You're not even seeing anyone.
No, you're just sitting up there collecting coins. Oh, there's a banana peel for Wario.
Bullet bill for the Luigi. Maybe they can catch up right here. Oh, they passed
Fourth,
one.
second.
Let's
Through goes
go.
Luigi right before the end.
Nice.
And a third place finish for Luigi. A clutch bullet bill right at the end. Came all the way back up. Impressive stuff and passes one of the Boise players.
They were able to get there right at the end. Peter Griffin wasn't able to hold the lead. They ended up finishing first, but third was for the Luigi. Big bullet bill usage at the end.
That was really exciting. Oh, and we've got a couple of volunteers coming in for Syracuse now. A couple of the younger generation who have probably played a lot of Mario Kart in their life.
100%. This is one of those moments where you kind of show up and show out because, again, the younger generation's played a lot of Mario Kart, so we should see a lot better of a performance now.
An opportunity for Syracuse to jump into the top rankings in this one. Really exciting stuff. Excited for this last match to get going.
I wonder if they end up choosing the same characters. That's one of those things, Jack. What is your favorite character in Mario Kart?
I usually either play a Mii or sometimes I'll go a Metal Mario. Like Metal Mario.
Metal Mario.
What's the latest character in the game?
I believe it's the random character, Swoop the Bat. Just a random bat in Mario. If you've ever seen a bat character in Mario, that's what it is. Swoop the Bat, and I believe it's the Rob the Robot bike is the best combo, lightest combo that you have.
Good to know. So let's see. If you hold down the B button on the second one, you get an extra jump. And it doesn't look like either of them went for it, but one of those Boise carts did. We'll get into things right now.
I think they might have motion controls so that Luigi is just crashing into the wall. Got to turn it a little bit.
Right,
Turn
it
to the
does
other
look
side.
like motion controls might be on. Wario doing well though, trying to get
Wario's
through
doing
those
great.
rings. No, gets instead gets. Oh yeah, I think we gotta figure out the motion controls. Otherwise, this Rainbow Road iconic matchup is gonna be pretty difficult.
Yeah, Rainbow Road is definitely one of those maps where you don't want to have the motion control on because it is so easy to get knocked off, especially with all the items that are available.
Got a mushroom, manages to stay on there, and we're already on to lap 2 for this Wario. Got the triple mushroom now too. Back on the guardrail type. Might look to use that a little bit more. Got 2 Boise players ahead of him. We'll see if he breaks out those mushrooms.
Yeah, and the big thing, Jack, is just making sure whenever you are going around these corners, just I believe it's the right trigger button. Blue Shell is going to be going up to the front, but using the right trigger to kind of drift around these corners to get a really big speed boost from those turbo boosts.
And there is 2 of those 3 mushrooms coming out. See if one more as he comes across the finish line. We're on to lap 3 of this final race here at Micron Day. There you see the big Yoshi up in the sky.
The big
Yeah,
Yoshi in the
there
sky,
goes
big
the
Toad
star.
in the sky as well.
There goes the star, and ooh, a figure 8, which is you get 1 of every item.
Should be able to use that to at least kind of close the gap again. Right now, Wario is not too far behind, so can close. Oh, big shot goes out.
Clutch
It's
shot.
going to stun a lot of players, so Wario has a chance to kind of make. Oh, goes off the track, Jack.
Yeah, an unfortunate one there. Coming up here to the end, looking behind. And into the sidewall. Limp gets across the finish line right there. That'll bring this race to an end. So our Syracuse, the younger generation, we may get one more matchup here. But a 5th and 6th place finish on the iconic Rainbow Road. It's almost as iconic as Monaco in F1. When you think of Mario Kart, you think of Rainbow Road.
For
Just
sure.
in the same way. You think of Monaco when you think of F1.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it's gone through so many iterations. I believe that was the Mario Kart 8 iteration. I think that was the one that we just saw. And again, one of those maps that's really difficult if you haven't played Mario Kart because there's just so many ledges to fall off of. And that's kind of the issue that the younger generation ran into. But again, you got to give them another try. With Mario Kart, every single time you play, you get a little bit better. And again, that Metal Mario that you utilize, I'm a baby Peach kind of guy as well.
Sure.
You know, gotta use the top tiers. I'm a little bit of a sweat even in casual games, so
Of course.
gotta use that. But going into this match number 4, they should be able to figure it out a little bit more, utilize this, and hopefully not too many ledges where they can fall off.
Yeah, match number 4, final race. Here we go. Both going to get ready, and off we go into the final race here at Bowser's Castle. Correct?
I believe so, yes, Bowser's Castle. I think this is one of the older Bowser Castle map. I think there's like new one that's like Bowser Kingdom, but again, hugging these corners. Good job from the Warrior right there, hugging that corner. Just don't get close, Jack.
And every time you go off one of those ledges, you can shake your controller, as we see a little bit of drift utilized from Wario there, and gets 4 mushrooms in a row. So that's a good speed boost coming up right here. Oh, but there's nothing in the middle there. It splits off into 2, and Wario ran into that issue.
Oh, we got crushed right there by the Bowser's fist. And again, it's difficult because, we've probably played Mario Kart, for 100, 200 hours over 14 years of just this game being around. And when you look at it as a first-time player, there's just so much going on. But again, it's just about kind of staying on track, utilizing the items that you are given to you, and honestly, a lot of times, it's just about pressing your buttons.
Luigi coming in. Oh, rips that star. Now coming through. Oh, yes, this is a good opportunity for Luigi. Not going to be able to be hit by anything. Oh, just misses the fireballs. And on the tail of one of those Boise players now.
Yeah, Luigi
Bullet
seems
Bill.
to be figuring it out right now, Jack. Bullet Bill is for the Warriors, so they should be able to get around this Infernal Bowser. And another thing about Bullet Bill is that it does extend a little bit. It's not only about the time that you're out there, but how many players you pass. So the less players you pass, the longer the Bullet Bills last. Golden Mushroom as well, one of those items where you just kind of want to spam it as much as you can, get faster and faster and faster. It's about 5 mushrooms worth of speed, so we'll see if maybe the Warrior can catch up. But again, Luigi performing a lot better than we saw in match number 3.
We got one more lap. Luigi just trailing by a little bit, looking to make it come up through the ranks, gets a star, and immediately activates it, so going to keep that speed up for the next couple seconds. Lots of coins all around. Another item for Wario here on the right side, and it's a star as well. Oh, there goes Luigi off the side.
Unfortunate, off the side. Just, Mario Kart, difficult game.
It is difficult, especially if you haven't played it your whole life.
No.
Which I know I have. I know it was one of my favorite party games to my friends back home, but it's difficult.
Mario Kart and Mario Party are one of those games that when you grew up playing, just wanted to throw your controller to the wall, but you always came back. You always came back to it. Oh, he has the Mario Kart 8, so he should be able to gain at least a little bit of speed, but again, we already have, I believe the Tanuki Mario has finished, so this should be 5th place for the Luigi and 6th place for the Wario, respectively.
Yeah, there it is. 5th and 6th again for the Syracuse side. That'll bring us to an end to the end of our Mario Kart section. And what'd you think?
It was fun. Again, one of those situations where you can hear behind us laughter. People had a lot of fun. It's one of those games where once you play it a little bit, you're like, dang, I want to play a little bit more. So I hope that, with a facility like this, it's one of those places as well as Shine, where you can go over, play whatever games you want, hang out with people. Syracuse has built out spaces, and especially with the kind of work with Micron, building out spaces where people can kind of gather, be able to play more games, just get that community, as well as a little bit of that competition that everyone loves.
And here in the the auditorium at the Marley Education Center, this is also a learning space. This is a place where, you get hands-on production experience. There's a whole production room back there. You saw where Carson was doing his interview earlier. That's a whole black box where that's a little studio. And then of course we've got out here, we've got a tournament space up there, and then finally, this is where we cast from.
Mm-hmm. It's one of those spaces that just kind of encourage a growth in terms of people from all different areas and aspects. And esports is one of those spaces where you can kind of come together, play some games, have some fun, and build a community.
That's going to wrap up the esports section of our Micron Day programming. We really appreciate you hanging out with us. We're going to send it back to Joey over on the main floor. He's got a little bit more to say.
All right, guys. Thank you for that. Can we give a round of applause, please, to all the players that we had, all the students that we had making that possible? That gives you a little taste of what esports looks like at the collegiate level. Just a small taste, right? We compete in 4 different game titles at the varsity level. We've competed in a lot of titles over the years, a couple of championships. If you get a chance and you're ever on campus in the Shine Student Center, you'll notice we do have a national championship trophy from our Counter-Strike team. Anthony, raise your hand, please, as part of that Counter-Strike team that won a national championship back in 2024. So we have a lot of success here, and we treat esports very seriously, competitively, but also academically, because we see the value that learning about broadcast production, content creation, event management, revenue generation, social media management, through that lens of esports and video games, offers to learners as transferable skills to not just work in esports, but work across entertainment industries and ecosystems. That's the power that esports and gaming can have in education. The competition is great, and it's always great when we beat Boise State. That's one of my favorite things, is to beat Boise State at anything that we do. But also the fact that we have students that are the ones up here competing, getting an education, but also that hands-on learning in our production studios in the back. You're going to have a little bit of time before our town hall starts that if you want to poke your head in what that production room looks like, you'll get a chance to do that. This is an ESPN level studio that we use to get our students to broadcast things, not just here from Syracuse, but also broadcasting around the world. We have students getting job and internship opportunities based on what they do managing our teams, doing the broadcast, working in front of the camera and behind the camera. And we engage with all students on campus as well as the community. If you want to see more esports action, on May 2nd, we are hosting the New York State High School Championship, where high schools from around the state will be here to compete across 4 different game titles for a state championship at the high school level. So high schoolers are getting involved, middle schoolers are getting involved, obviously colleges are getting involved to show the power that gaming has in education if you use it intentionally. It's not about being better at Rocket League, although yes, it's great to be good at Rocket League, because these students, and I'll tell them, they're not going to be professional Rocket League players. That's not the goal that we have. But working in Rocket League or working with Epic Games, who's one of the developers of Rocket League, that's the important part of what esports can offer. Working with tournament organizers, working social media management, working in revenue generation, working again in that broadcast side. That's the whole point of why we work with esports in the way that we do. And Syracuse has been very intentional that we don't want to be part of the conversation. We want to lead the conversation for what esports can be in higher education. That's why you see the kind of investment and resources that we put in to what spaces like this can offer, to what spaces like the space we have in the Shine Student Center can offer, the Barn Student Center as well. We have 3 facilities on campus for this. We take it very, very seriously. We also have a lot of fun while we do it, but we do take it very seriously. Hopefully you got a little glimpse of that action. Hopefully you kind of saw what the excitement is with esports. If you didn't understand what was going on, that's okay. There's a game for everybody. It's not that hard to understand when you really pay attention a little bit, but I promise if you know anybody under the age of 20, they knew exactly what was going on up there, right? This is engaging that next generation in a way that we haven't been able to engage them before in a lot of ways. It reaches people that traditional sports a lot of times hasn't reached. And that's really important, to engage all learners at all levels in as many meaningful ways as possible, right? I don't want to get on my soapbox here. My students hear me all the time, so I'll give you a break and let you have a little chance to relax a little bit. But what we're going to do is we're going to give you the chance to take about 10 minutes. We have some refreshments outside the auditorium. We have some restrooms on that floor. We've also got some tables set up. So go grab some information from some of the companies that have set up outside. Talk amongst each other a little bit. We've got some great presenters that will be back in about 10 minutes to start our town hall meeting to talk about all the different opportunities, especially going on this summer with a lot of different areas. You'll see me again, sorry ahead of time. You'll see me again to talk about some of the esports summer camps that we do have coming up this summer here at Syracuse University, in addition to a lot of other opportunities. So I want you to take about the next 10 minutes, relax, get something to eat, something to drink. Go check out some of the spaces that we have on this floor. If you want to poke your head in the broadcast room to see what that looks like as well, please feel free to do so. Please don't touch anything. I don't touch anything either because I will break it. There's a reason we have our students that are trained how to use that touching it and not me. But feel free to look in there if you'd like to see what that looks like behind the scenes a little bit. And then at about 6 o'clock, so about 10 minutes from now, AJ is going to come back up and introduce our next part of what's going on this evening, which is our town hall event. So make sure you're back in here ready to learn a little bit then. Thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it.